Covenant was it's us. Oh, man. Whew. And the covenant and the giving of the law. That's another key point because everybody wasn't given the law. I think that's Psalms 147 or 149. All right. Let's call it. Let me see if I called it. Let me see if it'll pop up in my system. Hold on. This might be in here. Yep. It's up in here. Right. He says, gotta get it. It says Psalms 147, verse 19. He showeth his words unto Jacob. All right, let's just go into this word Jacob real quick. All right, Jacob means Jacob, right? H3290, right? All right, and it says the son of Isaac, the grandson of Abraham, and the father of the 12 tribes. The father of the 12 patriarchs of Israel. Okay, his name. If you go through the scriptures, you find out your history, your national. You find out your history of your fathers. That's how you learn your nationality. It's not really a hard thing now, because men, the Lord has given men these documents, and it's just been, how you say, dormant, broken down. He broke down the nation because of our disobedience. It scattered us amongst other nations because of our disobedience. We want to learn their ways, so you go be amongst them. Can you imagine the madness that we could have been doing amongst them? You know? Now we learned about nationality, and it's 2020, and we know motherfuckers eating bats, pig, shrimps. Motherfucker eating a rat. They got all these Chinese right. You woke up spiritually, right? The spiritual veil was taken off your head, and all you see is madness around you. This thing, it's a spiritual veil, because when these other individuals' veil come off their head, they're gonna, man, it's gonna be crazy. When they decide, when everybody, when these other, when the 2/3 get their waking, it's gonna be crazy for them. They're gonna be running around crazy. They're gonna run with their head chopped off, doing all types of madness. And now we got the opportunity to learn our nationality, and it's a process. Right? We know who we are now. We know why these things happen. And now we have to pray to our true power, because we went around worshiping other gods. So he ran down on us. Your father gave you a spiritual whooping. All right. Yeah. So he said, Psalms 147, verse 19. He showeth his words unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. Okay. All right. It says on Goy, H1471. Nation, people, usually of a non-Hebrew Israelite people, the descendant of Abraham. All right. He only dealt with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right. So he have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Shem Shah. The other nations didn't know our laws, and that's another part of our nationality: the law, statute, and commandments. Because we are judges, we're kings and priests, and we're here to govern the righteousness of Yahweh Shemel Shah according to His words. That's what's been taken from us because of our disobedience. That verse was there. Yahweh Shemel Shah for that. All right. That was beautiful. Forgiving. Um, it says right here, Ezekiel. Hold up, scope of verse. I just found this. Let me see what this says. Hold on. Jeez. All right, here's a because there's lots of scriptures. The book is so dynamic that it's so much details. There's so much to go into. You go into one, you go into one precept, you're gonna find some more precepts, and it's gonna lead you to go through the book and by the time if you didn't get it by the time you got ran, I don't know how long it's gonna take. That means the Lord is not dealing with you. He has to be dealing with you to order to be able to distinguish the scriptures, to be able to understand, right? Let me go up. Let me see what the first verse is. All right, hold on. I just want to see what the first verse said. All right, I'm just gonna. Oh man, it's just so much. I'm telling you, it's so much, and all right, jeez, all right. It says right here. I'm just reading this part so I can get to the point. I'm starting Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 9. But I wrote my name's sake that I should not be polluted before the heathens. The Lord don't want to be. See right there he don't want his, but he did it. He put us. He scattered us amongst the other nations, right? But he only did it because he wanted to whoop our behind, right? Whom they were in whom they were in whose sight I made myself known unto them in being in bringing them forth out of the land of Egypt. And he did that. He did it in the sight of all the nations. All the nations knew about that the sea being the water being divided and us walking through. Wherefore I caused them to go forth out of the land of Egypt and brought them into the wilderness. He did that to a specific people out of the Egypt, out of the I don't know where it's saying Egypt. I mean, Egypt is a Greek word for Egyptos, and the real name is Montazion. All right, that's the real name of the so-called land called Egypt. You understand? So that only happened to a specific people. That didn't happen to everybody. Because if the case, it would say that. It would say that. And by us coming out into the wilderness and we still disobeyed, the Lord showed. Can you imagine? Remember all of that, but He brought that back into our remembrance. We remember these things now. That's why we see chariots. We understand what it's about. We understand even up to in between all the time 2,000 years ago all the way up to now. Um all the things that that's happened. We know why it happened. We know why it happened. We understand this is what's happening. He's being brought back into our remembrance, which is a beautiful thing, man. You look at it now. That's why when you get around, when somebody say black man, you know, wait a minute, you got to correct them because correction is an important thing too. That's what's happening to us. We being corrected, you know. We being corrected to becoming more righteous than anything. I was watching the other day, the apostles' hearts. They was like, you know, the apostles doing that. He said we're gonna be bold with it. They're gonna know that they're gonna know that we the best because we're gonna show them. And that's what's happening right now. The remembrance of our nationality. All right. And right, he said, wherefore I caused them to go forth out of the land of Egypt and brought them into the wilderness. And I gave them my statutes, showed them my judgments, which if a man do, he should even live in them. See, these things we didn't do. That's why we didn't live. That's why it was taken from us. But now it's being given back to us in a gradual state, and then so we don't want to take this all at one time because our body won't be able to sustain it under the jurisdiction of Ashashua, the so-called white man, because you're not gonna be able to do certain things under these people. That's why we need to be getting this gradually. We're getting it. We learn our nationality. We learning this of why this happened. That. Boom, 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 and bam, we're in chariots, superpowers. Because now we're learning everything. I brought this out. I'm one of those men. You know, learning our history. We learn our history. We learn it, especially why these things happen. Right? And I gave them my statutes and showed them my judgments, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. Right? I didn't. I think I probably passed that verse, but just that one part right there. That's why we don't live because we eat the wrong food. The book got the scriptures. The book it got dietary laws. Right, verse Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 12. Moreover, also I gave them my Sabbath. Hey, that's a holy day. Right? That's a holy day. You know, the Sabbath is coming up. It's every it's according to the moon. It's how you say the Lord is an equal opportunist on that too. Just thinking about that. He gives each day a day to be his Sabbath. That's why I can't be stuck on Friday to Saturday or whatever how they do. I don't know how they do it, but it makes so much sense now. When you learn this correctly, you're like, man, the Lord has been he's an equal. He gives every day a day to be his Sabbath. That's dynamic. Just like he gave he gave every nation a chance to rule the earth, and now he's saving the best for last. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 12. Moreover, also I gave them my Sabbath to be a sign between me and them, that they might know that I am the Lord Yahweh that sanctified them. All right, here we go. Next verse, I just want to read it. All right, wow. All right. And this is what happened to us. Now he's reversing the role. He's reversing the what he have done to us. He's breaking us up. It says, Verse 13. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. Because you know how you rebelled against the Lord through following, not obeying the Lord's statute commandments that He gave Moses to give to us. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They walked not in my statutes, and they despised my judgment, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. And my Sabbath they greatly polluted. Yeah, you make fires on the Sabbath. The Lord says don't do this, don't work. You know, certain nowadays we understand that we're not supposed to, we understand, well, we practice the righteous acts. We're going to do them perfectly because we still subject to, our righteousness still is filthy rags, we still sinners. But we got to do this to the best of our ability because we learning this back again. We got our nationality back. He should even live in them. And my Sabbath they greatly pollute. Then I say, I will pour out my fury upon them in the wilderness to consume them. And all the way up to now, we've been consumed. Now, because He always preserved men, but we've been ran down on our body. Slovakia was checking the time. So, what are we gonna do? Can't go back to our old ways because this is spiritual. The demons will jump on you. There's nothing out there anyway. What, you gonna go back to being a black man? That shit just sounds stupid. Shit just sound dumb. Now knowing it's true, now knowing your nationality, knowing the truth, shit you hear, you like, that's dumb. That's stupid. You know? That's really dumb. So, let me see. What else we got? What else we can get here? Yeah, wow. What's your nationality? And learning your nationality comes with great reward. After you learn yourself and how you conduct yourself, and you follow the shepherd to the shepherd to the how can you say it? I'm trying to say it. You follow Yahweh. I'm just gonna say it. You follow Yahweh Shah to Yahweh, your power, and then you live forever. And how you follow Yahweh Shah to your power, Yahweh. To follow your fellow countrymen who is doing according to the scriptures of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Oh man, and I just oh man, Ephesians chapter 2 verse 12. That at that time ye were without Yahamashiach Yahushua, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenant of promise, having no hope and without God in the world. Man, oh man. And that's why we're in the position we are in. And when we learn our nationality, now we got hope. Let me see, what was the other word? We got hope. We got hope in Yahweh Bashim Shah and Yahweh Mashiach Yahweh Shah. We're not aliens no more, right? G G526. Ep olot rio. Epiopio. That's how you say it in Greek, Salakia. To be alienated, exchanged, to be shut out from one's fellowship, and in time, in Salakia, we gotta get that word. But that's what happened to us. We were shut out. But now the door's being open to us.
Intimacy.
Intimacy, wow. Much as I do that, I couldn't see the word. Salakia. We're not now we being intimate with the Lord according to the scriptures. He's making love to us again in the sense of our mind, because wisdom, how you say wisdom in Greek, Sophia, she's a woman. This thing is we've been spiritually making love to Yahweh Shemel Shah, because it's coming. We back, baby. We got ours back. And I know there's a lot of things that builds up your hope in this, in your faith. It's a lot here. It's a lot of things that build up your hope and your faith in this. And that note, oh wow. Wow, that's beautiful. Which verse was that? About all the service, all the giving. What else did I forget? Testimony. Yeah. So I hope that was clear. I was just in the spirit and I was just thinking about that. Kind of went kind of long. Hope I wasn't rambling too much. Trying to bring those scriptures out. I'd like to give all prayers and honor and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shah, Ba'ashem Krapadash, the Wadi Yahweh Shemel Shah, for giving us the apostles and the elders of great millstone who deserve double honors. Shalom to the